Morning, Liz. Parking charges, big topic. It's probably going to roll on all this spring and maybe into summer. I believe you've been doing some research and you've got a wee angle on this.
Yes, that's right, Des. I believe that the whole scheme is totally flawed because when I was looking at the anticipated revenue to come in from the car parking charges, I identified that there was no costs attributed to it. So in my view, they're making the car parking charges seem to be more viable and more profitable than they actually are, because they're not putting down any costs for enforcement or collection of the money.
You say the budget went through, they were talking about balancing the books, but they weren't really. It was kind of, I suppose you could use the word incompetent in financial terms, wasn't it?
It was completely incompetent. As soon as I'd mentioned that the two car parks were in the common good and were not applicable to the Highland Council to start taking revenue from, that made the budget not balance. So at that point they should have either sat down and they should have deferred it actually. Because
there's a lot of outrage out there, isn't there, about this parking charges? It's always been seen as one of Nairn's greatest attributes, free parking.
Yes, I mean, I'm very angry about it, and I think the reason is the way it was put into the budget in the first place. It came through the redesign group. So the redesign group is a group of 16 councillors through political counting, is attributed through a political counting, but they didn't bring anything to committee or to the council. The first time we saw the car parking charges come to any of the other members was when it came on the budget line. So the way it was put into the budget was totally inappropriate.
Okay, Liz, we'll see how it plays out.
And that's the same as the toilets as well. They were just recommendations from the redesign group, which is circumventing the council agendas and the committee agendas.
Do you think there's any way the community could take over the toilets, as Laurie suggested at a community council meeting there?
Some other communities have done it, and some of them have done it profitably by putting in charges. So I think if the community wanted to do it, the council is looking for communities or Highland Comfort schemes to take over the running toilets because they're desperate to close them.
So it's all got a long way to run yet.
Yeah, but I'm hopeful that if their figures just do not stack up for the car parking charges, they've not got any costs attributed to them, so the whole idea should be just put aside, should just be stopped now.
Thanks, Liz. Cheers.
Thank you.